Hey everyone, welcome. I'm so excited that you clicked on this video. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment below, and hit subscribe so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me create more content just for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Let's dive into the story.
Welcome. Today, let's journey to ancient Greece, where we'll uncover a story that happened long before our time. The story of Icarus and his father, Daedalus. This myth is full of courage, the longing for freedom, but also a warning against pride and crossing boundaries. Imagine being trapped, not just physically, but mentally as well. You yearn to be free, to discover the world, to soar high, and experience what others never have. That's how young Icarus felt, a young man with a dream of flying. But his desire for freedom and adventure ultimately led him to a tragic end. This story will show us what it truly means to fly too high, and why this ancient tale still resonates in our lives. Our story begins on Crete, an island ruled by King Minos, a powerful, yet often ruthless ruler. On this island lived Daedalus, known as one of the greatest inventors and artists of his time. Daedalus was famous for his skills, inventions, and artistry, which amazed people far and wide. Minos summoned Daedalus to build something that could trap the Minotaur, a terrifying creature, half man and half bull. Minos wanted to imprison the Minotaur in such a way that no one could ever reach it, and it could never escape. Daedalus accepted the challenge and created the labyrinth, a complicated maze of corridors, full of twists and dead ends. It was a masterpiece, unlike anything the world had ever seen. The labyrinth was so intricate that anyone who entered it could never find their way out. With this creation, Daedalus ensured the Minotaur would remain trapped forever. King Minos, however, began to have doubts. He realized that if Daedalus ever left Crete, he could reveal the secrets of the labyrinth. So, he decided to imprison Daedalus and his son Icarus in a high tower above the sea. The tower was cold, barren, and looked like a cage with no hope of escape. But Daedalus resolved never to accept a life as a prisoner. Icarus, his son, was young and full of energy, longing for freedom and a life beyond the tower. Every day, he looked out at the sea from the small window in the tower, imagining what it would be like to be free. Though older and wiser, Daedalus knew he had to do something daring to save both himself and his son. After many days and nights of thinking, Daedalus came up with a brilliant idea. If they couldn't escape by land or by sea, why not try the sky? Watching the birds that flew above the tower, he realized that wings were the key to freedom. He decided that he and his son would build wings and fly like the birds. Daedalus began gathering bird feathers that floated around the tower. He collected wax from torches, carefully attaching each feather to a wooden frame with incredible precision. Slowly, patiently, he crafted a pair of giant wings for himself and another for Icarus. This invention was unique, unlike anything the world had ever seen. When the wings were finally ready, Daedalus tested them and found that they worked. Icarus, filled with excitement, couldn't wait to take flight. He felt his dreams of freedom, speed, and altitude grow. Before they took flight, Daedalus called his son over and gave him a stern warning. Icarus, these wings are delicate. They are made of feathers and wax, so they can easily be damaged. You must maintain a certain altitude. Don't fly too high, for the sun may melt the wax, and don't fly too low, so that the sea's moisture won't dampen the feathers. Stay at a safe, middle height, and that way we'll safely reach the mainland. Icarus nodded, but his eyes revealed a hint of restlessness and longing. He listened to his father, but a desire for adventure and pushing limits was growing in his heart. Daedalus checked the wings once more, adjusted them on his son, and prepared for takeoff. Together, they spread their wings, felt the wind, and ready for the biggest escape of their lives, leaped from the tower. Daedalus and Icarus took to the skies, surrounded by a freedom they had never known. The wind brushed their faces as they flew over the shimmering sea below. Icarus laughed, his eyes gleaming with joy. For the first time, he felt completely free. Daedalus flew slightly lower, cautious and focused, always aware of the risks. But Icarus, blinded by excitement, began to fly higher and higher. Perhaps he wanted to see the world from above, feel the warmth of the sun, or maybe he just gave in to the feeling of invincibility. Whatever his reasons, Icarus decided to go against his father's warning and dared to go closer to the sun. Daedalus shouted and waved at him, but his words couldn't reach Icarus over the rushing wind. Icarus continued to fly up, not noticing that the wax holding his wings together was starting to melt. Icarus began to feel his wings fall apart. The wax holding the feathers together was melting under the intense heat of the sun. The feathers started to drop one by one, and he realized he was losing control. His joyful expression changed to one of desperation and panic. He tried flapping his arms, but it was too late. He screamed, but the air was cold and unforgiving. He began to fall rapidly, uncontrollably, toward the dark waters of the Aegean Sea. All his dreams of freedom disintegrated, just like his wings. Daedalus, still flying lower, watched in sorrow as his son disappeared into the waves. At that moment, he understood that Icarus had succumbed to pride and the dangerous desire to exceed his limits. The story of Icarus carries a valuable lesson for all of us. In today's world, where the pressure to succeed and the drive to reach great heights is stronger than ever, Icarus's story is timely. The desire to soar higher can be beautiful, but without humility and caution, it can lead to a fall. Icarus represents everyone who chases success without regard for consequences. Social media and the culture of fame often encourage us to push beyond our limits, but this story reminds us that overstepping boundaries can be dangerous. We need balance and the ability to listen to the advice of those who want the best for us. So, what can we truly learn from the story of Icarus and Daedalus? The myth leaves us with a powerful lesson about ambition, boundaries, and balance. Icarus's tale resonates deeply because it highlights a universal truth. While dreaming big and reaching for the skies is essential, doing so without caution or humility can lead to irreversible consequences. Think about the society we live in today. We're surrounded by messages that encourage us to reach for the stars and go beyond our limits. Social media, personal ambitions, and societal expectations all push us to climb higher and higher, often without stopping to consider the risks. We're constantly bombarded by images of success, wealth, and fame, and it's easy to feel that we're not good enough unless we're excelling in every area. Like Icarus, it's tempting to ignore warnings or wisdom from others, focusing only on our dreams, as if nothing could hold us back. But the story of Icarus reminds us that every action has consequences. It's not wrong to aspire, to seek adventure, or to desire more from life. In fact, these are qualities that drive human progress and lead to extraordinary achievements. However, just like Daedalus advised his son, we must also keep sight of where the limits lie. Pushing past them recklessly can not only hurt us, but also impact those around us. Daedalus's sorrow at losing Icarus is a poignant reminder that our choices affect more than just ourselves. When we go after our goals in a way that ignores boundaries, we risk not only our own well-being, but also the hearts of those who care for us. Sometimes wisdom means balancing ambition with the humility to recognize that we don't always know best. Even in moments of great excitement or desire, taking a step back and listening to those who have more experience or different perspectives can save us from a fall. Icarus's story, then, is about more than just flying too close to the sun. It's a metaphor for the choices we make every day, to listen or to ignore, to leap without looking, or to consider our path with care. As we chase our dreams, we can keep Icarus's tale in mind, letting it remind us that the journey to success isn't just about reaching the top, but about doing so in a way that ensures we can stay there, happy and healthy. So, as we reach for the sky in our own lives, let's be inspired by Icarus's courage, but tempered by Daedalus's wisdom. Let's dream big, but fly steady, balancing ambition with respect for the advice and boundaries that keep us safe. In doing so, we can soar freely, achieving our goals without risking the things or the people that truly matter.
Thank you for watching this story. I hope you enjoyed it and found something new. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe so you never miss a new video. New videos come out every Monday and Friday. I look forward to seeing you in the next story.